Yo, it's Queen Flip, man. I'm here with my man.
You already know, man. OG Killer Cab, man. All right.
And we here with my girl.
Sexy Stace. You already know.
Welcome back. Welcome
Queen
back.
is back.
How are you, Stace?
I'm doing well. I'm doing splendid. Yeah, I'm here. We lit. What's
We got
up,
JR
y'all?
behind there. Once again, I'm going to tell you when I tap this, pay attention to me. And when I do this, stop. You know what I'm saying? Because he's working the camera.
He is.
You know what I
He's working
mean?
the
You feel what I'm saying?
cameras
So
and stuff.
pay attention to me directly, please.
That's right.
Is everything all right with you, Stace?
Everything's good, man. You know, we blessed, man. I'm just a little antsy about the corona and everything like that. This really got me nervous, man.
You look like you had corona.
I didn't know you had a look to the coronas. I had.
What the hell was that about? She looks like a corona. What does corona look like? Tell me what a corona looks like.
Like her.
That look like a corona?
Yup.
A beer?
A bed.
No, they got corona beers I'm talking about. I'm just
The bed.
Yeah, the beer that you drink.
Oh,
Yo,
my
KK,
God.
why you always come to the rescue of somebody?
Because you...
Why you always come to the... We just had to restart this
You
thing over because of you.
nitpicking.
We had to start it over because of you.
No, you
Leave him
didn't, because
alone.
you did it. You felt some type of way about, I'm talking about something serious, and you start laughing.
You know what?
Oh.
I'm gonna look straight in it because you know
Oh,
what?
you gonna look straight?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I tapped here, but my son didn't look. And I tapped here to turn the camera.
Yeah.
When I was about to let the laugh out because you started talking, and I saw you when you talk with so much passion and drool come out your mouth. So you were
Yeah.
talking, so that's why I was laughing.
Get rabies, so what?
Yo, a lot of people said that it looked like I got a vagina, so let me fix my sweats.
Oh, come on, get out.
They said that. Let me make my
That's right. Yeah, make it. Yeah. Big
Stace.
flip.
So Stace.
Yeah, what's up? What's going on?
So today we're gonna talk about Hassan Campbell. All right, and
Yeah. What's up with
last
that?
time you was on the episode, you said people are attacking you about that.
Yeah, people. It was quite a few people who attacked me about the Hassan Campbell episode. I mean, everybody got their own opinion about what happened. But it is what it is. I have my own opinion. I'm entitled to that. So, we do what we do. So,
The problem with you and a couple people, and let me first say this before I get to KK. The internet gave a lot of people power.
right.
As I said this earlier, people power that wouldn't say things to you if they were there.
Right.
In your face. We know what the internet does.
that's
The
all.
internet does that. It gives you power. Because a lot of times back in the days when I was coming up, when somebody get a win that they talked about it, they go into your block.
That's a whole
You know,
fact.
I was raised on Winthrop at East 93rd. You know, my grandmother lived over there,
Okay.
And even though I'm from Queens, but a lot of people say I don't claim my Brooklyn roots. You know what I mean? I actually OG Nuke mother and family lived on that block as well, 2 houses down from my mom.
Yo.
Yeah.
Wow.
From where I stayed at. And the thing is, when I was young, I watched these things. People get when they come to your block. But the internet give people power that when they type and say, they can say whatever they want, talk about your mother, talk about your father.
Whole
and,
fact.
and you have to hold it inside. Now, the reason why I brought that up is because a lot of people make fun of Hassan Campbell, right? They make fun of him.
Why they make fun of him though? I didn't know why why would they ever poke fun at that man? Why they poking fun at him? Flip. I'm trying to figure it out because what he went through was something serious, regardless of what they want to say.
Are you talking about something personal?
I'm talking about the Hassan Campbell situation.
Right.
I was on the episode of Flip the Script at a brief moment, and it was a question that was brought up, and I made a statement, and the people in the comments didn't like what I had to say about it.
The problem with you is that you guys didn't take it serious. We talk about people like Afrika Bambaataa and Dr. York. You had something to say about Dr. York when you didn't really agree with the victims that Dr. York was accused of touching. We talked about Afrika Bambaataa, and you come from a standpoint which is kind of like devil's advocate, and that's a standpoint you come from. Now, Hassan Campbell, and I'm going to get to KK, it takes a lot to do what he did, do what he does.
Absolutely.
But people make fun of him. And they make fun of him, not realizing and not taking into consideration that this man has put himself out there, KK. And it's like they want to see. It's so crazy. People in society want to see a train wreck. They want to see somebody self-destruct because that's what can happen.
Right.
If somebody's telling you their pain and you're laughing, you calling him all these names and making fun that he got thighed, you're just saying that, yo, we don't care how you feel. It's funny, KK.
Yo, listen. First and foremost, man, shout out to Hassan Campbell. I appreciate the
shout out
video
to
he
him.
did with me.
Facts.
You understand what I'm
Facts.
saying?
We'll get to that
You know,
later.
man, we're going to get to that later. But I'm going to tell you something. How I see Hassan Campbell. You know, he took, people don't realize, just like he's like Mayweather in the game of boxing.
What's wrong with you?
No. I'm
Like,
trying to compare.
Yeah.
I'm trying to compare.
I'm trying to.
I'm gonna get to it.
KK, hold on. KK, don't let. KK, don't let him do that, KK.
Wait,
KK,
wait,
get out now.
No,
KK,
I
that.
didn't say anything.
Stop that. I heard you. I heard you.
No,
Come
no,
on.
I didn't say anything. You said like Mayweather. I'm trying to figure out.
I'm gonna
how
get
he-
to it.
Oh,
all
do that, KK.
all right,
Let
all
me
right.
get to it.
Yeah, KK.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Mayweather in the game of boxing,
Right.
he has created something that no man has ever done or
Right.
don't usually done, and it's the art of defense. He made himself seem to be, you know, he mastered art of defense, which made him, you know, very, very little damage to his strategy of boxing. Was his art as defense of winning.
Right.
He made his defense team offensive, offense. Same thing Hassan Campbell did. Instead of hiding, instead of, you know, being mad and belligerent about what people thought about what he went through, he gave it to you.
Right.
So there's no more. He took the power away from the people that tried to belittle him because of that.
Okay, I
so
could agree
that's
with
what
that.
I'm talking about.
I could agree
He's
with that.
comfortable with it. He wear it. He capitalized off of it. Because, you know, like I said, I talked to him last night. Shout out to his wife. Shout out to his kids. He's a father at the end of the day. He got children at the end of the day. And he raised them as he is, as he should as a father. So, you know, but there's a lot of other people that we should look at on YouTube that went through the same thing. You got a bunch of dudes, no disrespect. You got a bunch of dudes on YouTube who act like they tough and rough. And I can almost guarantee you a lot of them went through the same thing Hassan went through. And they mad at Hassan for exposing himself because they feel like he's exposing me too. So now you got dudes who I know for a fact probably got touched and don't want to say nothing because they want to seem as though they tough on the internet. And they mad at Hassan because he exposed himself, which they got exposed to.
On the flip side of that, though, I just want to say, like, okay, I feel like, if anything, he put himself out there as the martyr, as the person, like, he put himself as a sacrifice to say, listen, I can say this, so why can't you? You know what I mean? Like, that's why he put it out there, so that they could feel comfortable coming forward. Like, whoever else was experiencing this tragic thing that African Bambaataa did, you know what I'm saying? He put himself out there for that.
What was the quotations for?
I mean, because it's an alleged thing. It wasn't ever taken to trial. Was it alleged? I mean, he's saying that he went through that,
Hold up. Ooh,
everything
see, that's
is.
Let me
What
say,
happened now?
No, let me say something
Flip?
because I don't like that about you. Because in your reality, you've been through some stuff too. Not like that, but you've been through some
I've been
stuff.
through some.
Yeah, you've been through some stuff, some tough stuff that people, a lot of people don't survive from. And
Right.
you had to, but I don't see you on the front line talking about what you've been through.
All right.
Because it can help people, but you're not doing it. So why?
everyone has a
That's like me saying.
That's right, and you can do that too.
I wouldn't allege it because you showed me a scar.
Right, but I'm just saying it's two sides to the truth, though.
But so you trying to say that you are as guilty as the party that participated in whatever happened?
Let me tell you something. There's truth, there's facts, there's words, there's opinions, and then there's the actual thing. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like, come on. At the end of the day, what I'm saying against someone else is always going to be an alleged thing unless we have proof. 100% proof. The burden of proof is completely. Then you would say, okay, this is a fact. We know this is to be true. Well, anything else is always alleged or an opinion. You understand what I'm saying?
You see, one of the things that we have to start learning how to be bold about or being comfortable with, if we don't show any type of, of judgmental decision with anybody else, is that we got to start learning how to what? Master our own weaknesses. Sometimes our weaknesses are our strengths.
Right.
And we can turn a lot of our weaknesses to strength. Because I'm going to tell you something. As a human being, everybody has flaws. Whoever saying they don't have any flaws or they don't have any damages or they didn't go through things that they lost a fight or things that means that they got sold. That means that to me, if you never, because you got dudes that's, I ain't never fell off a bicycle. Yeah, man, I first rode a bicycle. I ain't never fell. I ain't never lost a fight. I ain't never got my head beat up. I ain't never got hit, stabbed, or cut, and all that. Those be the dudes that have something so hideous that happened to them in the past. Those be the dudes that because they try to cover it up so much to the point where is that, you know, I can't let nobody see any weaknesses in me. It's not going to be right. I'm not going to feel right. And you need to learn how to be comfortable with your weakness.
And this is the thing with me. This is why, you know, Hassan, why I like Hassan, and I'm going to get back to Stace. Why I like Hassan is that when he came up here, you know, he did the first joint with me, came up here, and then he came the second time, and then he told me, like, the first time, yo, Flip, man, you were kind of making kind of fun of that, and this stuff is serious. And I said, you know what, Hassan, I apologize, you know what I mean? Because I was mad at a guy named, and shout out to him now, B. Stinger, Ronald Savage. So Ron Savage was to come on the show, and he canceled on me.
Oh.
And I felt the way, and I did a YouTube video attacking him. And Ron Savage, which I understand, he reported the video, and I had to take his name out the video, and and it was cool. But I attacked him because I really didn't understand or know better. You know, he was watching my videos and saying that my Flip the Script episodes where I was attacking people and making fun. He didn't want to go through that. So, and I understood.
Go through the ridicule.
The ridicule, you know, the devil's advocate.
Right.
And the thing is, I feel like sometimes a lot of us, we don't take these situations seriously.
Sure.
Because of who the person is that's doing it. Afrika Bambaataa. What song he sung? What song he sung, KK?
I don't know nothing about him.
You don't know about Africa?
I heard of the name, but I don't.
What song you sung,
know.
Jay? You don't know about him,
My
right?
bad.
Yeah, I don't know about him neither, but he sung that electrical song.
You got him mixed up with what you call it?
But who?
With George Clinton and them. Don't you got him mixed up with? You got him mixed up. You got him mixed up with George Clinton.
Yeah,
You
know about George Clinton with the dreads, the great dreads.
That's what he thinking. He thinking that's African Bambaataa.
Hold on, wait. Let me. Nah. Come on, don't do that. Hold on.
You talking about it's a brick?
I caught him a few
house.
times.
You
like
thinking
that.
he's saying that? No. African Bambaataa is not the same.
What song? He had a song though. He had a hit song.
Is it
Planet Rock?
Planet Rock?
Afrika Bambaataa had Planet Rock.
Yeah.
Planet Rock, don't stop.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his song.
That was his song.
Yeah.
Wow.
Planet
Yeah,
Rock.
I think it's Planet Rock. Yeah. And
It was in the 80s, right? Or something
Anything.
like
Anyway, is that because of who we think Afrika Bambaataa is? So now it's like, oh, no way. But Hassan put himself there. But the thing with Hassan is that, and what people get mad at, and you just got to understand like PTSD and certain things that you suffer when you get traumatized as a child.
Right.
And that's why I think he's suffering, because when he automatically, it's like him against the world. Because everybody attacks, it's like him against the world, and he admits it. It's like him against the world because we have people that says stuff like, oh yeah, I don't know. It's him against the world. So when I invite him to a Malcolm X debate and stuff like that with all good intent, and I say certain things, cracking jokes in my way, he may say, yo, Flip, you trying to set me up. When in all reality, I can't try to set somebody up. I would lose a lot of money.
Right.
If it goes out there, I lose my money and my family is more important than setting somebody up.
That's
And initially, I'll get mad, like, Hassan, why would you say that about me, man? I'm cool. And me and him on the phone arguing. And then when he gets to calm down, he starts to think, like, okay. And he apologizes. That's what I like about Hassan. And only a person that don't understand trauma or don't understand the things that people go through, because I went through a lot as a kid as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not anything with touching, but, you know, not having it all, not having a lot of things there, being a troublemaker, stabbing a kid in daycare, and he had to go to the hospital. My mother had to pay to his hospital bills.
Oh my
like
God.
trying to put on other kids' sneakers because I didn't have nothing, stealing their snacks because I didn't have snacks and getting caught. My father sweeping the daycare because that I was in order for us to stay in the daycare on Nostrand and St. John's. These are the things that I went through. So, and this is what makes me who I am today, as far as I'm so tight-knit, I'm so like micromanaging because I earned this and I don't want to lose it.
That's a
you understand?
fact.
So Hassan, his back is against the wall. He's been through everything, and because of the stuff that he's been through, it causes him to act like that. And you're making faces, and I'm gonna get at you. It causes him to act like that. You don't understand the
I'm not
correlation.
making no faces.
The correlation I'm trying to say is that it causes him to act the way he acts, the PTSD, what he been through, the traumatization, and it feels like his back is against the wall, and he looks at things from a being defensive instead of looking at from his defense is offense.
But let
If
me
understand
ask
what
you
I'm saying. Hold on.
Exactly.
His defense is offense.
That's
How
absolutely.
his defense
You
is
just said it.
offense?
You just
I
said
mean,
it.
I don't understand. How is
His defense is offense. Like with everybody's that. I'm gonna tell you something. His defense. I'm gonna tell you why his defense is offense. When a lot of people got, no, I'm just saying. When a lot of people have something about them that is very little explained or exposed because it's a habitual or it's a very maybe a disgusting act or action that took place with that individual, they tend to use it as an offense, but it's a defense. You understand?
Yeah.
But
So because let me, the
I'm
reason
ready,
why
I'm
they use it as an offense is to overcome the hostility and the emotional effect that's killing them because of it.
And
so
okay, sorry.
so they bring it out.
And they attack with they match aggression with aggression or try to be over aggressive.
Right.
They try to outdo
overcome it.
Yeah.
okay, but let me ask you a quick question though. Honestly, do you not think because he put himself in this way, you trying to tell me he didn't think about the possible outcome of what would come behind his actions? Because he put himself out there. You understand what I'm saying? To be attacked,
to be ridiculed,
when you to be ridiculed, to be whatever. He decided to say, you know what? I'm gonna let the world know what happened to me, what my experience was.
Okay.
So with that being said, you have to mentally prepare yourself to say, you know what? If I'm gonna put this out here, I have to accept whether I'm gonna be attacked, where I'm gonna be called a liar, whether I'm gonna be called whatever. You have to accept that and accept what comes with that. You understand?
First of all, I have to shut you down. And I respect that.
But you have to accept that.
When you
At
from
what
the old,
age?
wait, hold on. When you from the old school, you not thinking about trolls, pedophilia, and men doing that to children. It's two things what I learned in the streets. Even when they get hurt in jail, it's rapos and pedos, right?
Right.
He's thinking about me telling you this. You guys are gonna be like, yo, F this dude. That's wrong. He's not thinking people gonna make fun of him and say he's lying and stuff like that, because people don't take the time to research the certain syndromes that may be related. I forgot the syndrome that it is. It's a sort of sickness when you become in love or protective of your capture. I forgot Stockholm.
Oh, yeah, the
you know what I'm saying?
Stockholm
So
yeah.
people don't understand that. So they make he did. I don't really think he from the old school. In my opinion, I don't think he thought that mad people gonna make fun of him and make fun, for real.
They was poking fun at him. Damn, behind that, why would they poke fun at him? Because I mean, this is something that is serious. For somebody to say
But
that,
you don't really believe it though, Stace.
I mean, listen,
You don't believe it. That's the problem. You don't.
I mean, listen, for somebody to come out and say that they was touched and all of that, it takes a lot for somebody to do that.
But why? Because even with the Dr. York situation, you didn't. But no, Stace. No, we want to know because you never explain. And you don't explain because you're just like basically. And let me tell you what I mean. Because you don't explain because you taking the precautions when you felt that Hassan should take. Oh, I don't want to really explain my feelings because people is gonna attack me.
I don't care about the people.
So why when somebody complain? Why when we had a guy here talking about Dr. York did to him? I don't believe it. Yo, come on, it's lie. Why? What's your reason, Stace?
I mean, everything is alleged to me. I'm sorry. No shade, no tea. Like I said, for somebody to come out and say, listen, this is what happened to me, I respect them. I respect them a whole lot. It takes courage to come out and say that. As a man, you courageous to do that. Not every man can do that. But there's some people who want to capitalize on the moment and will put themselves out there just to say that this is going on, just so that they can have some publicity, have whatever. It's always a two sides to everything.
Man, if anyone who has put themselves out there with a statement like that to get publicity, I think that's absurd.
I agree. I mean, listen.
I think that's absurd.
And that's sick.
And it's sick.
I agree. If that's the case. If that
You know
was
what I
the case,
mean?
yeah.
I think that's the last thing a man want to do.
Right.
As far as character.
But Okay, I'm sorry. But who wants to put themselves out there that they got touched and all
That's
this
what I
stuff?
just said.
That sounds crazy. Like you, yeah.
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying. That's what I'm saying. For that reason alone is why I would say, you know what? This is possible. This is something that could possibly have happened to them. And he experienced that.
Sexy Stace.
No shade. He must have really did experience it, but I feel like
But
it's
when the
just
guy talked about Dr. York, you really didn't agree with it.
I mean, like I said, you know,
And even with the Hassan stuff, it's like you have your I don't know.
I mean, at that time, I'm not gonna quote any dates, but at that particular time, I don't know if it was running concurrent. It was the Dr. York situation, and then it was his situation, and I
Okay.
don't know if they were in the same time frame or
Okay.
if it was like overlapping. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I feel like it was something that was going on, you know, and it was just like people were
What was going on?
Just
Attack on people?
it was just like, you know,
Attack on
I
what?
just don't like.
You want to pass on that?
Yeah.
My thing is this, man. I think that it takes a lot of gall to go out there. KK, look at that state.
He like,
Yeah,
please,
it-
Kev, I swear, it's
I'ma
not
see you after
like
this
that.
interview.
Yeah, we gotta talk.
No,
man.
yeah, so you can talk.
We can talk. We can talk
No,
now. I mean, you know.
No, come on. What I'm saying.
Listen,
thing.
I respect him as a man. I would say this on record. I would say I respect him. He, like I said, the courage part, I 100% agree. It takes a lot for a man to come out and say that anybody touched them, period. Even if it's not in just this high profile issue, in general, period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it was like a malicious attack against these individual African Bambaataa, whatever. I just feel like, you know, it was something that he said, and I cannot remember, but it was something that triggered something in me, and that's what I was saying.
You respond to it.
I responded behind that.
This is my thing. I think it comes down to also his preference to people, like the people out there, what they prefer to believe. You know, a lot of people out there attack him. You know, and he says things. Hassan has said things that is deemed inappropriate. But if you really get into I think people take it for face value instead of looking at what happened, the trauma that he's going through. They take it for, oh, he's saying this, he's crazy, he's sick. And I'm not saying anything that he says, everything that he says is good. No, when you talk about other people's children and stuff like that, it's not good. You know what I mean? And doing that's not good. You know, but I think if it was your family, a family member or somebody close to you, that when he comes to the house or she comes to the house, they start destroying the house because of the trauma that they had in the house, and you'll be mad initially, but you'll let them slide because you are aware of what they've been through in that house as a child. I feel like a lot of people don't want to take the time to understand what he's been through and be like, yo, he's saying these things. And they take it for face value. You know what I mean? And I feel like whatever happened to him has scarred him so bad that sometimes when he gets mad and drunk, he says things that's inappropriate. You know, you ain't supposed to say something about children or other people's children. That's wrong. And, you know, he apologized to the brother Sarnetta. And, you know, from what I heard, but Sarnetta said that Sarnetta thing is that I want him to apologize for saying that I tried to set him up. And I understand that because I asked Hassan for the same apology, and he did. On the phone. Like, yo, bro, you're bugging.
Wow.
I was yelling. I remember where I was at. I was by the barbershop. You know what I mean? Yo, bro, you're bugging. I would never try. How would you even put that on me? It makes you upset. I was very upset and disappointed that, yo, bro, I'm out there short. Why would you think I'll set you up? So I understand what Sarnetta's saying. You know what I mean? Even when bringing them together, I'm trying to do something different, man. I'm not, you know, a lot of these YouTubers, man, are weird. I'm gonna keep it. They weird. They talk about you. They act like they're cool with you one minute. They're not really cool with you. It's weird. You can show them love. They're not cool with you. Right. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And how I was raised, I don't do that. I use YouTube as real life. Yo, my son said the other day to somebody, yo, I never hear my father talk bad about anybody behind their back. He don't even encourage it. You can say the same thing about me, Stace.
That's a whole fact.
I don't talk about nobody behind. How many people you watch try to have conversations? I don't encourage it. Whoa, I don't want to hear it. That's how I live, but these dudes don't do it. And then even when they talk about my come up in the YouTube world from Batterer, I never disrespected anybody. I always crack jokes about it. I go from it from a comedic standpoint.
Right.
And the people, when they see me, nobody felt the way. Big K or whomever to my Batterer, when they see me, we laugh. Yo, I saw your video, you said I lost, flip you crazy. It's a laughing way. I just said, yo, you lost, you. F you, I didn't do that. And that's what they do. You a sucker. I didn't do that because I don't call people out their name.
But it's a culture thing. This is what they do. It's a culture thing, and it's an age difference too. No shade. It is an age thing. That era.
A lot of these dudes are our age, Stace. They're our age.
I mean, but yeah.
They're our age. The thing is, they don't know the formula to get popping. I have never. Let me use Kev as an example. Me and Kev had private conversations. KK don't go out there. He's very mindful of how when he discusses someone, because they really throw stone. Like KK, the type of guy that's like, when you throw a stone, you know how you throw a stone and hide your hand, but KK, when you throw the stone, KK would attach a rope to it. He'll attach a rope so he know where the stone.
You want to know why? Because he's so experienced with these crazy. He know that he could.
You can't curse, bro.
I'm sorry. These crazy people. You know what I'm saying? He's so experienced with
JR,
them.
please watch, pay attention to me, JR. You're freestyling.
He knows when to curve it, because he's dealing with these people with these mental, and you got to throw the stone with the rope. You know what I mean? You got to.
No, it's one of the things. I keep saying this, and I said this in my YouTube. I don't think I said it on this yet. It's one of the things that I did, and I've learned in the experience. I had so much, being inside prison, you get to experience a lot of things about yourself internally, especially when you're in a box. You talk to yourself, you play with yourself. I mean, you do a lot of things with yourself.
What?
You really start to get to know yourself and love yourself. Okay. So you want to try to build what? Your mind becomes your TV.
Wow.
When you incarcerated in SHU, which they call a box, for 23 hours a day, your mind becomes a TV. Wow. So you gotta. So me, a lot of times I read a lot of books, and I did a lot of quotes. I remember talking a lot of quotes, and one of the things, like I just said, one of the things I see individually is what I ever wanted to master was to always see and know things independently. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna explain that to you. To see things independently is to see what others don't see. To know things independently is to know what others do not know. Right. Listen, to see what others do not see is called perceptivity. Right. To know what others do not know is called the genius. The perceptivity of a genius is what makes victory a far gone conclusion. Wow. That's how I master when I see these dudes on YouTube, and it's like their expressions when they talk doesn't match the energy. And I can see it, that they're forced to talk about something, or they're forced to explain or blat out something, and it doesn't match the expression. They may seem as though they want to be calm when they're talking and expressing themselves, but it doesn't match the words, what they say in their face. And people see it. And this is how people, well, I told you about a story, right? I'm going to make this short. I'll tell you about a story about this dude, right? He had polio. He called polio. Polio is a disease where...
I was about to say, because I don't even know.
Polio is a disease that you can no longer move your legs, your arms, and you can't do nothing. You can't talk. All you can do is sit there and stare. Like this. So people got to feed you and stuff. But the dude was so succumbed to the sickness, right? So that they told me he might not be able to live long. So he took it upon himself to put into focus of how, he said, man, wow, I got nothing to lose, so I might as well sit here and what? I might as well sit here and study people's reactions, their eyes, their movement, and how they think. So he used to do something like, he just do something to get his mother attention, and when he look at her and she looks at him, he know what she's thinking. So his thing became eyesight, mind, and expression.
Like telepathy or something.
Right.
Like that. Wow.
It was crazy how this dude mastered it, right? So what happened was, after a while, I'm gonna make this short. After a while, he started become getting better. He started moving. He started moving around, and then he said, "Yo," he took the time when he got 100% well to become a psychiatrist, and his thing was to study people, eyesight, movement, and the way they thought.
Wow.
And in one particular incident, and after this, I'm gonna shut up. He listen
No,
what he did
don't
to this
shut
girl.
up.
This is crazy.
Good.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what he did. As a psychiatrist, he became so in debt with people's mind frame of thinking and expressions when they talk and how they talk, is that he sat at the desk one day, right, as a psychiatrist, and a woman came in, and the woman said, "My husband, he's leaving me, and this and that. He's breaking up our marriage." And he goes, "What?" He said, "Excuse me, can you get up and leave out my office and come back in?" So she got up, left his office, came back in, sat down. She crossed her left leg over her right leg. And he looked at her. He said, "How long you been cheating on your husband?"
Ooh.
She said, "What?" She got up and ran out the office. I'm just saying, that's
What?
it was crazy. But these are the things that I study.
Mm-hmm.
I got to be perceptive about people. And sometimes I think I probably overlook it too much to the point to where that might be wrong. But sometimes I feel as though I'm still right. That's just it.
You attack people too, though. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, before I get to you
I
attacking
do.
people, I would
On
say
purpose.
What?
I would say that, as far as Hassan Campbell is concerned, man, they say that he's taking Afrika Bambaataa to court, and
wow.
and when everything goes through and he gets the justice that he deserves, you know what I mean? Because a lot of the rumors about Afrika Bambaataa circling, not only Hassan and B Stinger, but just the two that came out. But there's a lot of people who have to deal with it, and I really don't know about them. I really don't know them, and I don't care
So
to
there
know
was a
them.
second person that came
Yeah, it
forward
was.
with the same allegation?
I
It's
thought
a,
it was more.
it's a lot of people that talk about Afrika Bambaataa doing it.
That's a fact.
Yeah, he got. It's
Wow.
just. I don't know. I don't know.
That's
When he
crazy.
takes him to court, everything would be okay. Hopefully he'd be able to get, handle however he wants to handle. I know Sarnetta said that he knows of a lawyer and all that, and I just hope everybody just give Hassan his space and let him figure it out, man. I think YouTube is a place of a very judgmental place, and people just judge things based off of face value
Right.
instead of really looking into things, 'cause they don't have the time. And a lot of people, they all, they use these social media sites to make fun and to poke at people and stuff like that, and they want to see a lot of us fail, man. You know how much times I'm pretty sure that with all the rumors circulating about me or that happened up here, oh yeah, Flip is finally, it's finally gonna be over for him, and then it doesn't happen. Why it doesn't happen? Because the karma surrounded me, because my intentions and the karma that I put out there is actually good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's look at the situation now. Like when I learned about Killer Kev and Nukes and everybody, these guys were popping in the life streetwise, like ill. People know them.
Mm-hmm.
The new generation, you hear about them, they like ghost, like D Wiz, like a ghost. And then, like, I use my platform to, shed light and help these guys. I started.
And that's lit. That's
I
lit.
have, along with these guys, have started a whole wave that I planted the seed that grew trees in different branches.
Right.
And people won't look at that though, because they be like, man, if you really look and break down things of what Queen Flip has contributed to this culture, the people that matter. This is why I survive and I'm able to be where I'm at right now. Because I really don't, before I used to be in the comments, man, but I don't care about it no more. I don't pay attention to it. I don't need to talk about anybody. I don't need to compare myself to anybody else. I don't need to watch anybody's videos or interviews. I don't. You know what I mean? Unless it's for research purposes. And the reason why, because I focus myself. If people stop watching people to criticize instead of focusing on themselves to capitalize, they'll be
Better people.
successful. Listen to what I said. If people stop watching others to criticize instead of focusing on themselves in order to capitalize, they'll be in a better situation.
That's a whole fact.
You know what I mean? And that's the problem. I don't do that. I'm about capitalization. I'm about things like that. I watch Star. That's a mentor and stuff like that. I watch different people, but I don't really watch. And then people talk about families and let me tell you something. When I go into those things and start disrespecting, sometimes I have to apologize because I wasn't raised like that. Because I know, because in my mind I'm like, yo, if I say this and this person see me, I have to be on go. I could be with my kids somewhere. I could be
Right.
eating somewhere. I'm gonna be on go. And then, it happened. Me and JR, we had a situation inside KFC where we both got in trouble, and it's bad to put my son in that position, but these are the things that come with the territory. So I try to put good karma out there. And this is why a lot of people, when they look at me and they pay attention, like, yo, man, why is this God, man? They don't understand. I have cause. Think about it. You know, there's a lot of stuff that they did stories on Bloods and stuff like that. But we had one of the most impactful stories. We had even bigger platforms coming together and interviewing other members. We had an impactful story. We interviewed wardens. We interviewed different. We did something impactful. And then we caused and we helped these gentlemen start their own platform. I'm not responsible for the person. No. He's responsible. His creation is what makes him sustain the. That's what he said. He can say, "Yo, thanks to Queen's Flip, that's my man." But I'm not responsible for Killer Kev. Now, Killer Kev is responsible for Killer Kev because he's focusing on dispersing his craft and who he is to the masses, and people understand him and people like him because he keeps it real. See, a lot of people
like a joint right now.
A lot of people don't understand that when they first came around. There's two people that I like: Killer Kev and Soul Beat. Then I like Nuke. And the reason why, because I spend one-on-one time with these guys. And then you think about when you look at older guys, you wouldn't think anybody would get offended by that. I remember a lot of guys would go and say, yo, you know, Queen's Flip is causing trouble and causing friction. But nah, I really, you know, I never sat there and talked bad about only, you know, a guy behind his back or try to cause any type of situation. You know what I'm saying? You have a problem with what I'm saying? Because you look like you falling asleep.
No, I'm not falling asleep.
And I'm just making sure.
I'm listening to you.
And the thing of, I just want to explain something. Allow me to finish. You know, KK, it's like these people, you know, they become, when you say things or when you align yourself, and that could be at my fault, aligning myself with certain individuals, knowing that I touched a lot of people by giving them an opportunity to share their stories. So I can see where the envy come. Not really jealous, but envy. Like, yo, why he cool with them? And then people start putting things in their mind. That's a PTSD of what they've been through. Like, yo, he might be talking about me, or KK might be saying, yo, don't mess with this person. Well, we don't even talk about them. I just don't like people off their encounter. If I have an encounter with you, you do so, I ain't gonna like you. I don't care about the street stuff. I don't care about the past. I don't care about that. I'm not gonna like you. You're not gonna force me to.
Right.
Doesn't work. It's like 2020. Can you imagine somebody feel like we'll be slaves? I don't believe in extortion. I don't believe in none of that. Can you imagine somebody trying to force somebody to do something? And that's the point.
Yeah.
Like, you know, allow me to like who I like as long as I'm not disrespecting you. So they try to put things in their mind like, I think KK telling Queen's Flip not to rock with me. No. I think Soul B told Queen's Flip not to like me. No.
Yeah.
It's just Queen's Flip had an encounter with you. He saw something. You might have said something that, I got to stay away from this guy. Now, I may have did it too broad, but I just stay to myself. I don't give my number out. I don't have conversations. I don't do these things. I don't call and, yo, let's hang out, let's do that. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? So.
Respect.